All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, the most delectable Chupacabra man, and we're back for some more Vaporum here today. That game that's all about steampunk mechanics as we blast our way through the Ox Vaporum, the strange citadel in the middle of the ocean, trying to figure out basically what's going on. Because we had one of those moments where we woke up in the middle of nowhere, not really sure what's happening, and now we're inside of a giant citadel filled with robots that want to kill us. So when we last left off, I ran into some bugaboos, giant alien-looking bugs that make you bleed and do a bunch of damage, and they were causing us all manner of issue. So the next thing that we gotta do is we gotta go through these doors and fight a shocking robot that, you know, kicked my butt really badly earlier, and also another little crab walker robot. And since we last played this game, or at least since I last played the game, I actually restarted my game because initially I didn't know how much combat this game was going to involve, which, as it turns out, it involves a lot. So I picked the puzzle-solving sort of mechanical battle frame that you get in this game that makes you like steampunk Iron Man. So I went back and switched to having the combat frame and also put it on a lower difficulty. Because I'm kind of rusty at these types of games. Like, I played a lot of, oh man, what was that? Legend of Grimrock. Love that game, but it's been a while and I'm definitely rusty. So let's pop in the silver key here. Let's open up this bad boy. And let's go kill whatever robot decides to touch our butt. Because I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be super friendly. Although the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I clear out all of the debris from this room, so that I have the maximum amount of movement for when creatures come out of this door, and also that door over there. Okay, this one's opening first. I'm gonna kill you real quick. Oh yeah. So the nice thing about the combat frame, as opposed to the other frame, is that the combat frame allows you to do a boatload more damage than you could otherwise, which is great. I'm gonna switch this gun and start shooting the pants off of this thing, because, oh my gosh, does it do a boatload of damage.
The spider dropped something.
So, basic discharger. Unleash an electrical discharge causing area damage around you and applying shock to enemies hit. Is this a weapon? Yeah, this is a weapon. It's at a 16-second cool. Why would I not use this? All right. So that's one of my abilities. Oh, cool. So I have ability slots in this game. Oh, hell yes. So yeah, that's basically the whole of it. We've got to get further into this area and figure out the mystery. So yeah, we're back for Vaporum, in other words. If you haven't checked this game out, I totally recommend it. It's actually a lot of crazy fun. What does that lever do? Oh, it opens up the door from where we came. Alright. Well, that's not super critical, but it's certainly nice to have the option. So let's see here. We got a little note. What does the note say? It is shock effect. When struck by an electrical shock, the target's damage output is greatly reduced, and they take some damage over a short period of time. Enemies capable of producing such a shock are resistant to all shock effects themselves. So does that mean I'm now resistant to shock effects, or does that only count for enemies? I feel like that's probably only an enemies thing, but I could be wrong. So what's around door number 2? Hey!
From the spider fits into my rig. Let's see how they like being shocked.
Oh, can I shock the spiders? Oh, hell yes. Oh, did that work? Oh, that worked, and I leveled up. So instructions, Fumium. As you destroy enemies, your rig will gain Fumium, and after acquiring enough Fumium, it will up a level, increasing the overall power. You will also gain circuit points, which you can use to unlock or improve circuits. Circuits significantly improve your power. So basically, you get access to the talent tree. At higher ranks, you will unlock modules which will further increase your power in various ways. You will also come across Fumium capacitors, which will grant you Fumium permanently when you consume them. Alright, well that sounds fancy. Alright, I'm guessing that this shock ability utilizes the limited energy that I have, and might become a problem if we decide to abuse that in the future. So alright, that's adding a certain level of advanced complexity to the game, which I kind of like. Some of this might get a little bit tedious when we get into more advanced combat later, but I am certainly hopeful. I know eventually we're going to run into some people in this game, people who also have power suits and advanced technology that might beat the pants off of us, but until that point...
No idea what this monster I'm inside of is. Although I feel a little safer in the exo rig that I found, I have a suspicion there are a lot more surprises waiting for me. The weird blue substance I found in the capacitor seems to charge the rig and upgrade its function, but I still need more information. Maybe I'll figure out what the hell this place is about as well.
Alright, so as I was saying... What was I saying? I don't know. I know there's people in here, so... It's gonna definitely become a lot more complicated to fight things in the not-too-distant future. That's all I have to really say about the whole thing. There's also the question of what exactly has been happening inside of the Ark's Vaporum. Because, I mean, I awoke with no memory of anything that was happening in here, and clearly something has gone all hellishly wrong in here. Otherwise... Oh, what? Oh, there's a dude here. Okay. Okay, there's two dudes beating me up right now. There was a dude on the ground and a flying dude. I'm definitely a lot happier with the combat now that I've reduced the difficulty a little bit, because things were really beating the pants off of me before. So we got some more bullets, and we also got an energy cell in order to help us regenerate our power a little bit faster. So it looks like our power does regenerate without assistance, but it takes a really long time. So this message says, I miss Adam. I really miss my buddy. I really miss my buddy Adam. That dude had one messed up sense of humor. Got fired over some naughty pictures or something. Now the new kid, he sure is one hell of a workhorse. But he seriously needs to lighten up. Have some fun, man. He just keeps himself to himself all the goddamn time. Winnie Bench, Chief Tallier. Alright, so don't be a stick in the mud when it comes to working in the Ark's Vaporum. Got it. I'll keep my really crass, butt-touchy humor at, the ready in case of shenanigans. So what's going on here? There's a lot of water pumps, which I guess makes sense when you're running a water-based facility on the edge of the ocean. But what else we got in here? We got a thing that I'm gonna shoot because I can. I mean, this is clearly an American installation, so shooting things is just the simplest way of negotiating with all of our mechanical brethren. So now we got a new mace and a rusty sword. Why would you be outfitting people that work here with either of those weapons would be my question, but I certainly won't, I won't get too curious. Because these are definitely going to help me, but clearly they expected something violent to happen in this place. Otherwise, why would you equip your workers with weaponry? So what do we got here? We can increase blunt weapons, handguns, rifles. Dual wielding might be great. Or armor. Each rank increases your overall durability. Well, I'm going to definitely put some points into that. I don't think there's really a point in this game where having extra armor doesn't improve our effectiveness. You can get some better recharge rate, some better energy regeneration. And there's a lot of intensive stuff in this game that you got to worry about. But no matter. I'm sure the entirety of this game will become clear. Especially what exactly it was that made this whole, like, game and everything in it go bonkers in the first place. If this was a game very much like BioShock, I would say it was probably the Fumium that got into all the systems and slowly started to mutate and make everything go nutso, because we found this Fumium stuff at the bottom of the ocean. But it's a little hard to say this early on what might have caused all the shenanigans. Oh, I got a nice crit there. Sweet. Well, that's gonna make my life a whole heck of a lot easier now that I've got this mace. What does this button do? Oh, okay, so we've got to press this. That's annoying. Do I seriously have to race this? Come on. Enough of this. Haha! I beat you to it. Now I have the rusty key. Yeah, that's a really fast door. I'm actually kind of surprised. I was a little bit on the more annoying side, but no matter. We have the key now, the key to everlasting freedom. That you actually have to click and drag over to the door. And now that I think about it, the difference between using a rusty sword and using, say, a gun or a mace is that the swords do more damage to bugs, and the mace does more damage to robots. So we just have to be careful and use them for the correct situation. Oh, this guy's gonna come say hi to us. Hello, friend. You wanna get smashed? Because that's what's happening. Alright, so good to know. The floating... Oh, that dude's got a gun. Oh, no, no. Nope. Nope. Ow, hey. No one asked you, sir. I'm literally going to play Ring Around the Rosie with this guy until he leaves me alone. Alright, but that was actually... It's good to know that you can kind of game the system to some degree, which I like. So yeah, in BioShock, the idea... Oh, that's probably...
Maybe there's a way to raise the water level.
Okay, so some of this stuff is radioactive, duly noted. But yeah, the thing with BioShock was that the same weird underwater barnacles that gave... Oh, hi, friend. That gave people their cool powers were also responsible for making people kind of get addicted to stuff and go a little bit nutso. So yeah, that wasn't maybe the best, but it worked. You gonna... Don't tase the ground, sir. It's fine if you don't do that. Okay. And then after that, it was really easy to get everyone super duper addicted to those salts and everything from BioShock universe. In this case, it could cause like... Oh, that thing's got a gun. Ow, alright, fine. I'm just gonna close this for a sec while you shoot things. Alright, better. What's in here? Hey, more bullets. Perfect. The thing that I'm liking so far is that enemies that shoot bullets seem to... Oh, that's a thing. I'm sure this is completely healthy and fine and natural. There's no way that... Hey! Oh, it's one of you. And there's a lot of defense mechanisms in this base. I'm not entirely certain how I feel about that. But yeah, so that same stuff that helped us to survive could be the very same thing that is making things like insects appear and start mutating. Wait, I can throw objects into the distance? That's new. Alright. How do I do that? Oh! Okay, that's actually kind of neat. That's a level of, like, old-school RPG design that I did not anticipate running into. So that was really cool, actually. So here's another mysterious locker room defended by a lever. What's in here? A rusty helmet and some worker gloves. Well, I'm always down to clown with worker gloves. Unfortunately, these I have these Runcraft's gauntlets that I found as a part of, like, a secret spot. So I'm definitely gonna keep these, but is there, like, a thing I can do with unused materials, or do I just dump them as I go? I think the answer might be you just kind of chuck them. Yeah. I think that's exactly what you end up doing. But until then, I'm gonna hang on to them, just in case that I have, like, the ability to dismantle them and use them as crafting material. I haven't really gotten that far into the game to see if that's a thing. Also, the other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna save the game. The extra gloves, that's what we're gonna call this one. What's in here? Another phonograph. We'll have a baby, it says. Okay. The other one says soulmate, which I'm sure isn't implying anything at all. Is this not shooting anymore? Okay, well, I'm certainly down to clown with not getting shot by fireballs. So what does this say? We got a phonograph and a couple of text logs. Family gun. I found a hidden corridor. It says here, I found a hidden corridor, a perfect place to hide my precious piercer. There's a strict ban on guns here in the Arks for us commoners, but nobody's going to take a gun off of Baraton. My dad gave it to me, and his dad gave it to him, all the way back to great-great-granddaddy. We Baratons take care of ourselves. If only I hadn't bent the screw on the wall brace. I hope no one notices. Alright, that's kind of nifty. So I should mention that when I restarted playing this game, I actually found another hidden thing, and it turns out one of the early workers on the Ark's Vaporum, this giant, cool steampunk tower, hid a porn stash in one of the boxes, and somebody happened upon it and took it from them. And that's what that guy that was in the other message was saying with Dirty Mags up here, saying that somebody got fired for that because they were keeping porn. So this one says, soulmate. My foreman, Mr. Bench, seems like a decent fella. He has a good sense of humor and all that. But I can't let him get too close to me. Can't let anybody get too close to me. Not after losing my soulmate, Lisa. She was so bright and warm. Only she got her nose too deep into the fumium research. I did warn her, but she just wouldn't listen. So now I've dedicated myself to work. Work and nothing else. Keeps me occupied and keeps the blues at bay. Ben Kinley, Tallier. So what exactly is a Tallier? I'm not entirely certain that I understand what that's supposed to be. Is that like a foreman? Is that like a crazy futuristic accountant? I'm not entirely certain. So is this for this door? Somewhere there's probably a key door, I'm sure. Otherwise, what else would we be doing? Oh, there's a robot there. Otherwise, what would we be doing here? And I like where the story is going. There's a good combination of voice acting in this game, and also a fair amount of text logs.
Day in my life. I found out that I'm pregnant. Marcus and I will have a baby. But still, raising a child here in the tower, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I will have to protect it from the effects of the fumium. The thing is, I'm starting to doubt that we really know anything about its power or influence. I'm pretty sure, though, that if it proves to be dangerous to the baby, Marcus and I will go back to the capital island. We'll be a family, and that's much more important than any research or benefits from the Bureau.
Alright, so it seems that I've spawned a giant turret in my latest attempt at taking control of this facility. So I'm gonna have to be careful and try to game the system and shoot it from either side. So, you know. Alright, perfect. Hey, I got another level, yay! Yeah, up. Oh shit, there's always another one. Ow. Alright, you. That's enough out of you. We got some more bullets. I, again, love that the things that have bullets drop bullets. That is proving to be super duper handy. Okay. So yeah, the stories about this game are getting kind of cool as we go along. Oh, do I have to drop something here? Can I do that? I feel like I can do that. Hold on. What do we got for droppables? I can drop this glove. I don't really need this. Oh, are you serious? The glove is not heavy enough? Fine. I'll just go back this way where the murder was. Yeah, like, I like how the audio logs and the story in this game are a little bit different than your run-of-the-mill pseudo-horror experience, where you kind of run into the occasional robot, and then you run into— oh, holy shit, this is a bunch of good stuff. But you mostly run into just a bunch of random, spurious logs everywhere, and there doesn't necessarily seem to be a whole lot of rhyme or reason to it. Or at least in this game, you're greeted with the occasional audio log, and your character actually talks. So that's something I definitely like. So I'm gonna leave it here for right now inside of Vaporum, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. We'll be picking up on a little bit more of this game. I don't know how much further I'm gonna get into this game. I like the gameplay, but it's just a question of whether people are watching, and also whether or not I really get into this type of combat. So until next time, I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody!